Hi, this is Danny Boyle in the Empire office in London. I'm here to encourage you to take part in this year's Done in 60 Seconds competition. Do I have any advice for young filmmakers working with no budget? Get used to it, because that's probably the way things are going to end up anyway. Yeah, lighting. Well, they always say backlight's the best. Have a heavy backlight, but just make sure you can see the face. But that's entirely up to you. That's the fashion at the moment, and people like that 'cause it tends to make them look less ugly or more glamorous. The key thing, other than in an occasional silhouette or horror context, something like that, the key thing, the weird thing, is make sure you can see the face and the eyes, because it's that through which everything is conveyed. The single bit of advice to give, just make it with passion really, whatever it is. There's no way of knowing whether a thing's going to work or not. You always think it will when you submit it. You'll assume it does because that's the whole part of the process. And then it's up to these guys often to tell you that it doesn't, which you never believe. You always think they're stupid to think that. You can find the rules in here, some very important do's and don'ts, which I'll read out to you now. Okay, so do remake a movie of your choice. Nothing original, please. No original material. It has to be a movie that already exists. Make sure the cast you've got have agreed to perform, i.e. not strangers on the street who don't know anything, otherwise could be legal problems. Feel free to adapt the film to the format of the competition, i.e. you can make a horror into a comedy or a comedy into a horror. Make the film in English if you can, and if you can't, put English subtitles on it, otherwise they won't bother to translate it here. Don't forget, right at the end, to add the Gone in 60 Seconds logo so they don't get it mixed up with real trailers. The don'ts: don't go over 1 minute in length. Literally 60 seconds is it. If it's 61 seconds, it'll be excluded. Don't slander anyone, there'll be legal consequences. Sadly, don't have nudity of any kind. Don't remake porn films. Nudity will come later in life. You can't do it in this particular competition. And don't use any footage that is not your own. There'll be legal consequences. Finally, like any advert, there's a reminder not to infringe copyright at any point in what you're doing. So good luck. Films are way too long anyway, and as we evolve as human beings and lose our earlobes, we'll also probably end up watching films that are 1 minute long, because if the compression of the way that like trailers work and people's appetite for those kind of stuff, that kind of stuff, and the way that YouTube's going, and it probably means that training to do stuff in 60 seconds is a very good way forward. Anyway, good luck.